Hi guys, and welcome to today's tutorial. I'm going to be sharing with you how to make the African flower hexagon motif. And if you follow our Facebook group for the crocheters of Yarn Hook Needles, then you will know that this is what our crochet along is for 2017. So head over to Facebook and ask to join that group if you're interested in being a part of that. But you can also, if you're not on Facebook, be a part of this crochet along via the website, which is YarnHookNeedles.com. So what I have here is I chose 4 colors for my color palette. And so this is just some of the examples of how I combined the different colors. I just really wanted something vibrant, and I think I'm going to wind up putting this in my daughter's rooms. So this just gives you an idea of just like how 4 colors, they can create some really unique palettes. And so now we're just gonna go ahead and get started. So first what you're gonna do is you're gonna choose 4 different colors. And so for this one, I'm going to start with this violet color by Simply Soft Caron yarns. And we are not going to do the chain and then crochet into the center of the chain. What we're going to do is the magic circle. So if you don't know how to do the magic circle, here's a great way to learn real quick. So I took my yarn and I wrapped it around like so. You're going to stick it through, okay? And then you're going to yarn over, okay? And you're going to pull that through just like that, okay? So let me do that one more time just so you can see. We're going to wrap it around your fingers like that. So you've got 2, okay? You're going to stick your hook underneath, okay? Holding with your first finger, yarn over like that, and then just pull it through. And then we are going to chain 3 like this. And then we're going to double crochet into the center, chain 2, another set of double crochet, chain 2, another set of double crochet, the kids are talking to Daddy. Another chain 2, another set of double crochet, and we're going to repeat this until you have a total of 6 sets. So another chain 2, set of double crochet, chain 2, double crochet. Oop. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And so we've got 6 sets. Do another chain 2, and then this tail here, you're just going to pull that close. See how it closes our center? And then you're just going to do a slip stitch to the top right there. Make sure I didn't do too many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, okay. Slip stitch to the top. And there you go. So this is, like if you're looking here, we just created this part right here. Okay, so now here is where we're going to do a color change. So I'm gonna just choose one of my the 3 other colors in this color palette for my African flower. So I think I'm going to go with green. Okay, so now I've got the green, and I'm gonna take my scissors, go ahead and cut that, and then I'm going to tie that off like that. And what we're going to do is, as we're working the new color around, we're just going to take our tail and kind of like carry it like around the work to secure it, and then like we'll snip it once we've gotten a little ways around. Okay, and again, you just pull tight, make that center tight just like that. Okay, so now our green. So again, if you're looking at this motif, we're using the green to create these petals. So this next round that we're doing, we're going to go and we're going to create this bottom section, and then keeping the same color, we'll then do the next row after that and create this top petal part. So working into our chain 2 spaces, just go ahead and pull your yarn through like that, just one of the chain 2 spaces, and then we're going to tie it like this. Okay, and then you'll insert your hook, just kind of pull it up, and then you will chain 5. So 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you will add 2 more double crochet in that same, same space. 2 more double crochet in that same space. Okay, so then you will chain 1, and we're going to skip those 2 double crochet, and then we're going to do 2 double crochet into the next chain 2 space. Oops. Like this. Chain 2. 2 more double crochet. Oh my goodness, my yarn is acting crazy. 2 more double crochet, chain 1, and then add 2 double crochet into the next chain 2 space. And as you're doing this, you can kind of see the octagon, like I'm sorry, not octagon, hexagon beginning to form. Chain 2, add 2 more double crochet, like this, chain 1, 2 double crochet, sorry, need to get my yarn, like that. Chain 2, 2 more double crochet, chain 1, 2 more, double crochet, chain 2, 2 more double crochet, and what I love about this pattern is like the way that you need to vary it is just by using different color palettes. I mean, you could create the same style like dozens and dozens of different ways, and all you're doing is just changing up the colors that you're using. And I just love that. I love motif blankets, and I'm so excited that this is what everybody voted on in the Facebook group to do this year. And I am working to create something really fun for our 2018 crochet along, which obviously, I grabbed the tail, which obviously I will announce as we get closer to the end of the year. Okay, so here we are. So I did a chain 1, and then obviously whenever we first started this, we did that chain 5, so that acted like a double crochet, a chain 2 space, and then we went on. So we needed to add 1 more double crochet. So I added that double crochet, and then you're just going to slip stitch into the top of that initial chain. Now, we're not color changing here, so you keep your same color. Now we're going to create that top petal part at this point. Okay, so just for reference sake, we just did this section here to create this little whole part for the petal. So we've got 2 double crochet, a chain 2, 2 double crochet, and then you do a chain 1, and then 2 more double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. So it's very, very repetitive. So now what we're going to do is we're going to create this kind of fan part over the top, which will complete that petal section. So now what we're going to do is we're going to chain 3, okay, and this will act as our first double crochet. And from here, what you're going to do is right there in between those 2 sets of double crochet, this is where we're going to put 6 more double crochet. So as we get back to here, this is the last part. You're going to do your slip stitch like this, and then to pull this section down, which was our initial chain 3, you're just going to slip stitch into the top of that and then pull it tight. And then at this point, because we're going to be changing colors for the next round, we just go ahead, cut our yarn, and then pull that section tight, so you can kind of see now we've got our flower. Now if you were working on another project, you could easily just leave this like so, but since we are doing the African flower, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to create the hexagon section, but I mean this would be just fine on its own. So looking at our template here, the next color that I'm going to choose is white, and so that's going to create this kind of trim section. And if you notice right here in between each petal, you kind of see this long stitch. Okay, so this is why, like, whenever you're going to choose your color palette, like, I recommend choosing just a real pop contrasting color so that you can really make out that long stitch section on the flower. I think it just adds a really neat detail. So for my next color, I'm going to use white. And so what I like to do is, this is where we tied off the other color. So I'm going to actually work ahead over here so that when I come back around, I can pick up that tail and kind of work it into the work. So I'm actually going to start, so here's my center. So 1, 2, 3, I'm going to start right here. For that. So I'm just going to insert my hook in that section, pull that white yarn through, attach it like so, and then we're just going to put single crochets all the way around. Whoops. So I'll insert my hook, pull that yarn up, go ahead and make that single crochet, and then we're just going to single crochet around like that. Really simple, really easy, and again, just making sure that whenever you're dreaming up your project and the color palette that you want to use, that you just opt for a really contrasting color. Okay, so we've gone around the top of the petal like that with our single crochets, and now in this section to where there's kind of this space, this is where we're going to do our long stitch. And so what you'll do is you'll insert your hook, yarn over and pull it up, and just kind of leave that stitch kind of loose like so. You don't want to pull it like really tight. And then you're just going to continue around with your single crochets around your petal. And I will do one more a long stitch so you can kind of see again how that needs to be. Working around the petal like so. Okay, now we're at our long stitch again. So we're just inserting our hook, pulling up, leaving that kind of loose, and then just pulling it tight and continuing to work our way around. Okay, and then as we come back to our first single crochet, we're just gonna slip stitch there and go ahead and cut our yarn and get ready for our last color. So you'll notice that like once you add this edging, like your flower, like I don't know if you can see, but see how the flower, like the edges are trying to like fold up on you. That's not a big deal. Once we add this last round that really finishes it off as a nice hexagon motif, you will see that to get flat, so it won't be folding up like that. And also too, I'll give you a little tip as to like as you're making them, how to get them to like lay flat so they're not like folding up or anything like that. Okay, so lastly, I'm going to use my pink color. Now this is where you're going to need to pay attention. So find the center stitch of your petal, which for me it's right here, and what you're going to want to do is you're going to work back 1, 2, 3. You're going to work back 3 stitches from that center petal, and this will get you squared up so that like your hexagon's not wonky or off, and that it is making the correct shape around your flower. And there's a couple times like if I'm doing this and I'm like real comfortable with the pattern and everything, that I'm not paying attention, and then I like have to frog a few stitches because I'm like, oh my gosh, that's off centered, I gotta fix that. So if that happens, it's not a big deal. Just, you know, go back, fix it, and then just keep going. Okay, so we're making double crochet, so we will need to chain 3, and this chain 3 is going to act as a double crochet for us. So then what you're gonna do is for the next 3 stitches, you're just going to insert 1 double crochet into each of those stitches like this. And so when you get to that center, the center stitch at the top of the flower, you will chain 1 and then do another double crochet into that same stitch. And then you will double crochet into the next 3 stitches. That's 3 and then 4. and then you will skip over that long stitch right there and just begin again with your next 4 double crochet. You don't put anything in that spot. You don't, I mean, you just leave it how it is. Okay, I'm trying to find my center. Okay, so when you get back to the top of the next petal, you're just going to do the same thing. Double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and then add a double crochet into the next 3 stitches, and it's just like this all the way around. Make sure that you skip that stitch at the bottom, and then you just continue over the next petal. Okay, once you get to the end, we're just going to skip that stitch and then just do a simple slip stitch to the top. Oops. Secure our yarn, and then there you go. That's pretty much it. That's the African flower hexagon motif. And then again, like I said, you know, these have been carried around, so you just snip all those, and you know, you can attach them as you go if you'd like, or I don't know exactly how I want mine to be combined and laid out, so I'm just going to continue making more and more. And also, just a little tip, in order to keep them flat as I'm making them, this is what I do. I just stack them like that, and if you look, they're pretty flat for the most part. So just as I make them, I just continue to stack them on top of one another. And yeah, so if you want to be a part of our 2017 crochet along, or if you're watching this video and it is no longer 2017, I still would love to see your creations. So please send me an email at YarnHookNeedles.com, or you can subscribe to my website and find the post. It'll be linked down below in the subscription box, or I'm sorry, the little description box, not subscription box, and you'll be able to interact with people who have done the crochet along and are doing the crochet along and all those awesome things. And if you want, you can follow me on social media. I am on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at YarnHookNeedles on all 3 platforms. And of course, I'm on Etsy as well at YarnHookNeedles. And yeah, just let me know what you think. If you're still having issues, just comment down below. Hit subscribe, make sure you turn on the notifications so you can be notified anytime a new video is uploaded. And yeah, I hope you guys have fun making the African flower and have fun just creating and designing unique color palettes, and that you have fun doing what you love and making the things that you love. I'll see you guys in the next video.